Okay, let's look at the 8 hour breakdown of a day. Very rarely are sales managers going to teach their sales reps exactly what a day means. When most of the time they're asking, okay, hit your targets, how many calls did you make? Are you hitting all the KPIs? But no one really teaches you how to actually organize that day. I do have some ideas, and these are some of the things that we tend to coach our people on doing, is how to structure your day, right? The reality is most salespeople hate doing their CRM. I mean, CRMs are great for tracking things, but the actual act of doing it can be a little bit annoying, right? So it's a good way to be able to incorporate a system in your day so that you have a consistency. So you're hitting all the things you need to actually hit. So one of the first things that you need to make sure every day as a salesperson that you're doing is one, following up on all previous conversation that you've had. Two, finding new opportunities to go after. And three, tracking all of that. And also having a little bit of time for yourself so that you don't go crazy in the course of a day, right? So if you were to break down a day, I usually say that instead of, saving your CRM for whenever you get around to it or kind of updating things once a week, a good healthy life should be when you start your day, you probably don't want to start immediately just doing calls, doing emails and all that stuff, right? If you're doing your coffee, your morning coffee or whatever, right when you're getting started, you're trying to get baked in, that's a good time to spend about 30 minutes on your CRM. Look at the opportunities that you have queued up, look at the opportunities that you've already gone after, look at the ongoing conversation that you have, and update everything accordingly. After that, you should spend about 4 hours effectively doing new outreach because that's when you have most of your energy actually right there. And you should probably put your energy for about the first 4 hours doing new outreach, right? Because that's when you're going to have the most energy possible. And that's when you're going to need to present new ideas, new pitches, and things like that. Once you do that for about 4 hours, it should be around lunchtime. Take a lunch, disengage. Don't look at work. Look at some media, listen to a podcast. Really honestly take that hour seriously. So many salespeople either forget to eat or they're not actually taking their downtime. So it can be a very stressful, high energy day because you actually haven't committed to actually taking that block of time off, right? So take your lunch. 30 minutes to an hour, whatever your preference. If you're a super go getter, maybe 30 minutes, right? But really take that time seriously. Then you should do about 2 hours of pure follow up, right? This is when you're starting to wind down your day, right? Instead of, people taking their, siestas after lunch and they're kind of sitting around scanning things and pretending to work. That's a good time to look at the follow-up emails. It's a really good time to maybe do a few calls of follow-up. Say, hey, look, just following up to see what you think about things because you're already recovering from your rest time. It's a bad time at that time to do any new outreach because you're just not in that mental space. Then spend that last hour planning your next day, cleaning up your CRM again for anything that you've done throughout the day, but just minimal, and then plan tomorrow. The more you spend 1 hour at the end of your day planning what you're going to do the next day, the less you're actually going to really have to do the next day. And some really good tips is most email platforms have scheduled emails. This is a good time to schedule and queue up what emails you're going to send tomorrow and have it auto send right in the morning. So people are going to get a 8 a.m. email saying, hey, look, just getting started with my day. I was wondering, have you been able to look at the proposal? Or hey, look, just wanted to follow up to see if we can schedule a time to chat this week. Or hey, are we still confirmed for today's coffee? Whatever it is, right? You should pre-schedule those emails the day before so that when it's automatically sent the next day, everything's good. Um, and then you should review your to-do list as well in that last hour. That last hour should be a view to see, okay, what is it that I'm planning to do the next day? Because that allows your 8 hours the next day to be a little bit more valuable. So you're not going to work a 12-hour day like most salespeople or whatever. If you properly organize and do that snowball effect and that routine, you should be more effective not only in your sales pipeline, but also in your sanity and time management. To where when it's after 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. or whenever you're getting off, you're able to actually kind of relax because you spent that last hour really planning on what was going to happen the next day.